Hi, my name is Julie Starkey, and I am the Dean for Student Success, and I'm excited to have the opportunity to talk with you today. I'm going to share with you some information about student success and persistence. Our goal in student success and persistence is to help you be successful. And so I'm going to talk to you about resources and services, opportunities. I'm not going to just talk about the student success and persistence areas, but that is certainly the areas that I'm going to focus on. I'm going to talk about a lot of things. And so if you have questions as I go along, please pipe in and let me know. But I'm going to share my screen with you. I am going to do a PowerPoint is what I'm going to do. And it's a lot of information. So we will happily share the PowerPoint with anybody who needs it because there's also a lot of web links in that. But I'm going to do that first. Okay, we're going to get started, guys. Let me move me over. Hold on, I've lost. Okay, can everybody see it? I'm hoping so. All right, we're going to get going. Student success and persistence is made up of several departments here at the college, and you may not be aware of that. And I think they're departments that really can help students be successful. There are things sometimes that you don't think about as you're trying to get registered, as you're trying to go to class every day. But I think we are a very important piece of the whole puzzle. One of the things that I want everybody to understand is a big part of the student success and persistence, all of our areas, is that we are an advocate. We serve as an advocate for students. So students, if you have a question, a concern, an issue, a problem that you can't get resolved, I want you to reach out to us. And that's the reason why the first thing I put on this slide are 2 email addresses. It is a great one. If you get nothing out of this presentation other than memorizing these 2 email addresses, because if you have a concern, send us an email and we are going to get back with you. We're going to direct you. We're going to ask you questions. We're going to get you to a staff member that can help you. So the two emails I want you to remember are ssuccess@ctcd.edu and success@ctcd.edu. Through this presentation, I'm going to give you a lot of other email addresses, a lot of other web links, a lot of other staff. But if you forget all of that, that is okay, because if you send something to these email addresses, we are going to get you to all of these people. So these are all the departments in SSP: Career Services, Disability Support Services, the Academic Success Center, the Residence Hall, and Student Life and Activities. But again, there is a lot that goes into your success, and a big part of what we do is we partner, whether it be with faculty, whether it be with student services, whether it be with the police. We partner for your success. So I want you to be aware of that.
Julie, can I get you to move?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Can I get you to move there's some boxes right on top of the shield.
Okay, yes, I can get you to move that. How's that? How's that?
Can you move it out? Yeah, that's much better.
Okay.
And there's another one in the very bottom right hand. I don't know if you can move that.
I don't have anything.
Okay, then that's fine.
Okay. So let me start with career services. I think career services is one of the areas that I don't think students take advantage of nearly like you should. This is the area in our department that's going to help you get ready for that next phase after you've gotten your degree, not even after, while you're going through it, helping you with that job search process. But even before you get to that point, they can also help you if you're struggling with what I want to be when I grow up. With all the interest inventories, they can help give you guidance in terms of what your degree plan can and should be, what you're good at, and they're really trained in being able to talk to you about that. But the other thing that I want students to know is that all of Career Services resources are free, and they are free to you when you become an alumni at any point in your enrollment process, at any point in your student life, also available to faculty, staff, and students. So this is stuff that you should definitely take advantage of. If you guys were all sitting in front of me, I'd say, okay, I want to see you raise your hand. How many of you have a resume? How many of you have you ever sat through an interview critique? These are things that Career Services does for you. Right now, given our time, I would hope all of you would want to be getting your resume together, because there are certain things that go on that resume, and Career Services can help you pull that together and make sure it's one that employers are going to take note of. So please use their services. Please give them a copy, let them critique, let them give you guidance, let them help you in that process. As you're going to an interview, or if you're getting ready for that, you need to schedule a time and let them talk with you. There's a way you answer certain questions. Tell me about yourself. There are things you say, there are things you don't say, and they can help you with all of these things. So this is why I want you to connect with them. They can help you on so many levels, and I want students to start taking advantage of them from the very first time they arrive on campus. I want them connecting with Career Services. The web location is there. I've listed that, but send them an email, and here is their email address, and they will get back to you ASAP. They are great about getting back to you. The other thing that I want you to be aware of is this is all the things that they do for you. They, for a long time, even before all this COVID-19 stuff hit, they have been working in a virtual world for us, because our students are worldwide. So they've always been able to help you virtually, by email, by telephone, by WebEx. Chat, I think, is coming soon. So please reach out to them, because I think they're an important piece, and I want students to take advantage of Career Services. I'm going to move on to the next area, Disability Support Services. I'm not going to talk a lot about them, because they actually did one of these sessions last week, did a great job. And I listed on the bottom of this slide a copy of their presentation. So pull out your phone, snap a picture, and that's where you can get information from them. Their website location is located here, and then an email address. Again, if you have any questions though about disability and you can always send it to the success email, and we will direct you and get you to the staff. But this is an important group that can help you students. If you had accommodations in high school or at another institution that you attended, if you had a 504 or an IEP, you definitely need to reach out, and don't wait. That's the biggest mistake that I'm going to say I think students make, is that they wait and they don't activate their resources, and they don't reach out to the staff that work in this area, because they are huge advocates for you. And so please reach out to them. The next area I'm going to talk about is the residence hall. I don't even know. We normally house between 50 and 85 students a semester. In the summer, it's usually about 20 students. Sadly, because of COVID, the residence hall is closed right now, and it is going to be closed into the fall semester. But we are taking applications for spring, although I'm going to tell you no decision yet has been made officially is what our opening plan will be. But if you are a former residence hall student, or you're wanting to be a residence hall student, please reach out to Victoria McGee. She is our housing manager. If you are a former residence hall student, she is still here to help you. She is still an advocate. She can still help you. But certainly, if you are wanting to live on campus into the spring semester, go ahead and talk with her. Go ahead and get your application. We will hold it for you and work on that. But I hope everybody can understand that we closed it for your health and safety. Community living is a tough thing, and we want to be careful, and we want to do it as long as we can do it safely. So right now we are closed, but we hope to open it soon. So reach out to us with questions about that though. Mariceli Vargas, who's helping me run this session, she did a session like this several weeks ago about student life, about really wanting to connect to the students. So again, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but student life is our area that really wants to connect and engage with students and get them engaged in their leadership, in their making friendships and connecting with others, and in terms of joining clubs and activities, providing opportunities on campus. All of these sessions that are being done through Facebook, through WebEx. These are all coordinated by Student Life and Marketing. And it's in an effort to help engage with you and give you vital information. So I still want you to connect with Student Life. They're still a vital part. They're still looking at ways to make sure that they can engage with you and connect with you going into the fall semester. We're just doing it differently. I put their contact information. The big thing, they also are the ones that do our tours. All of our tours now are virtual. But if you are a new student coming to campus, I encourage you to look at that virtual option, because we will also set up an opportunity for you to talk individually with the staff member about your individual situation and answer your questions. Student Life actually has a chat feature. I encourage you to go to their chat feature and ask questions and get help. That, in addition to that success email, are great ways to connect with the student success and persistence area in general. And any of us will make sure you get connected to the right resource to help you and get whatever issue you have taken care of. So now I'm going to kind of move into the academic studio area, and that's where I'm going to spend a good chunk of my time, because we have so many amazing resources for you, and you may not be aware of those. The first one I'm going to talk to you about is textbook lending and child care assistance. And I can't tell you how many students I've talked to who've told me, you know, since we're in this virtual reality, you're not offering those services. And that is incorrect. We are offering textbook lending and child care assistance to qualified students still. We want you to apply for these programs. If you are a CTE student, when I say CTE, I mean career technical education, and if you are getting a certificate or an AAS in one of those degree programs, you potentially qualify. You do have to have financial need for the program. So that means you have to be Pell eligible. You have to have SNAP or WIC. So you do have to submit that documentation to us. If you are a returning student, you do have to maintain a 2.0 GPA. And for instance, for textbook lending, we don't cover repeat classes, and we cannot cover any developmental classes, but we can cover all the textbooks on your degree program outside of that. For child care assistance, we do cover up to 3 kids, and it's $500 a child. You have to submit also their birth certificate so that we know it's legitimate, and you also have to submit the child care facility, the license of the child care facility, so that we can confirm that. But we will cover all of these, all of that for you. To get to the forms, it's just through eForms or eTrieve, and that's how you get it. But you can send an email to S Programs, and staff will help you access that. So please take advantage of that program. This is a great way to get your textbooks and your child care paid for. And I know right now, given everything, things are expensive for everybody, and this is one that I hate to see students not take advantage of. So please use these programs, please, please, please. The other thing that I want to make sure that all students are aware of is the Academic Success Center, which is if you are on campus, and I know we're closed right now, but if you are on campus, it's in Building 106, which is the Student Center right across from the Anderson Center. Or the Student Success Center is on the 2nd floor. It's right on top of the student lounge. But we have a ton of resources that are really there to help you be successful. And I don't know that you're aware of all of those. We offer resources, community and campus-based resources for students, and we help let them know about what those resources are. So if you are a student and you are struggling with maybe a healthcare need, we try to maintain community resources that might help you in that situation. Or, you know, sadly, you need access to food pantries. During all this situation, we try to keep in contact with everything to know what's open and what's not. You know that CTC, we have a food pantry, but we also try to keep up-to-date information on all the food pantries, the shelters. We try to keep information about all kinds of community banking resources, tax resources, all kinds of things that might be helpful to you. So if you're struggling with that, certainly reach out to us. Also, what we have is we keep all of our new student orientation videos there. So if in those videos and that link is kind of a way to navigate the website without having to navigate the website. So for instance, if you're struggling with how do I get a student ID? Well, we actually have a little snippet in new student orientation that explains to you, on the online orientation that explains to you how to do that. We have a little snippet on how to buy books, your textbooks, and how to get that taken care of, about resources on campus and how to access those. So it's all kinds of information, and I don't even know that students are aware that we maintain that kind of information. The biggest thing that we do is advocacy for students, and that's primarily the responsibility of one of my staff members. Her name is Charlotte Wesley. I would have to say that is her primary job, is to advocate for students, whatever the issue is. So she is our former foster care liaison, and she helps coordinate those resources along with Victoria McGee and the Residence Hall. She helps our homeless students. Any student that's facing a challenging situation, she helps those students. She also helps students that are academically challenged, that have maybe had a rough go of it and need help, whether it be with time management, with figuring out what your class schedule should be, what kind of tutoring you need. She's going to hold you accountable. She's going to say, I want to see you in the academic studio. Well, we can't see you in the academic studio, but she's going to set up a plan for you, and she's going to want you to connect with her so that you'll be successful. So we offer all of these resources for students. So if you're struggling, please reach out. You can reach out to Charlotte, and I have her email on this slide, but the other one is success@ctcd.edu or success@ctcd.edu. And again, if you will just say a little bit about what your issue is, we're going to direct you to who we want to help you. And we're going to be very quick about it, because we want to assist you. Here's the link to our resource listing that we have available and the online orientation. I'm not going to go, I can show it to you after the presentation, or if you just want to snap a picture, if you're looking for an easy way to get to that. But I just wanted to show you what the links were. But again, I can show that to you in a little bit. The other thing that I wanted to mention to you is, as students, we have a retention alert process, and this is where the faculty actually give us information about issues that might be going on in the classroom. So if, as a student, you don't have your proper course materials, or you might not be attending, or if it's an online class, participating the way you need to participate, or if you performed not so well on an exam, or you have missing homework or missing work of any kind, they're going to submit an alert on you, because that's of concern to our faculty. That alert is going to go to you, student, via your Eagle Mail. And so that's another why it's so important that you set up your Eagle Mail. But you're going to get that alert, and the faculty member is going to tell you what the concern is, and they're going to say, I want you to get back in touch with me so that I can help resolve this issue. It also comes to the Academic Success Center, and we follow back up with you. We send you information on connecting with your academic advisor. We send you information on tutoring, that, if these are an issue, we want you to get that connected. And so we send that out. And then depending on the type of alert, we're going to follow back up with you even a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks even after that, and say, hey, where are you? What's going on with all of that? The one alert that I'm going to give all students a really cautionary note about is missing work. It is the #1 alert that we get from faculty. Students, and a lot of times it happens early in the semester. They take all those little assignments for granted. It might just be one little thing that, hey, turn this in and you're going to get 5 points. And students don't turn that in. But missing work is the #1 thing that tends to sabotage our students early on. And let me give you an example. Let's say you have 4 tests through the semester. So each test, and this is the only thing that's going to make up your grade. So each test then would be worth 25% of your total grade. You miss the first test, you just, hey, I'm just not going to take it, because, and please, it doesn't work that way at CTC. You don't just don't do something. But when you do that, what's the best you can hope to get from that class? Well, the very best you can hope for, that's a C, and that's assuming you make a perfect score on everything thereafter. The likelihood of that is not very great. So I just want to tell you, please turn in everything. Go in with the mentality that I have to turn everything in. I have to do everything, because that's the one that concerns us so much. And you're going to hear a lot about that, not only from us, all through the year, but also from your faculty and when they introduce syllabus to you and they talk to you and all of that. So please pay attention to that. Please check your email, and if you get an alert, please respond. Please follow up with your faculty member, because that's really, 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 really critical. I'm now going to switch gears. I'm going to talk about some other things. The Academic Studio, we do offer free tutoring for you. It's across the curriculum. So we're going to offer it in all the content areas. So whether it be science, math, English, we'll help you with study prep. We'll help you or test prep and all kinds of things like that. Right now, we are only doing online tutoring, and that will continue through the fall semester. For safety reasons for our tutors, we're doing online tutoring. It is free. There is a link, and I'm going to share that with you in just a second, how you schedule that tutoring. And you can have, it's an hour-long session, and it's free. So you can have what you need to be successful. And I encourage you to take advantage of that. The big thing I want you to know, though, is the Academic Studio is not the only place on campus where students can receive tutoring. And I want you to understand this. The library has amazing resources for our students, especially if you're writing a paper and you're using a citation that's new to you. Like maybe you've always written in one style, one certain style format, but your faculty is requiring you to use a different one. They can help with that. They're great. The Academic Studio, we can help with that too. You can schedule an appointment where we review a paper with you. You know, you're going into a test and you just want help. How do I schedule my time and all of that? We can do all of that for you. So I want you to be aware what all we can do for you. Here's the link for the tutoring. So please take advantage of it. And again, I want to stress that tutoring is going to primarily be online all the way through the fall semester. So students, get used to this format. It works. Our tutors are great, but we want to see you taking advantage of this. But I'm kind of coming to the end of what I want to make sure you know about, but I also want you to know about it. CTC, we really are committed to your success, and it's not just student success and persistence who is committed. You, students, have a success team that is specific to you. So let me tell you who's on your team. You're an academic advisor. Your academic department, meaning whatever your degree plan is, your academic department is on your team. So the faculty in that department are on your team. Student success and persistence is on your team. If you are a dual credit student, early college, high school, STEM, the counselors in that program are on your team. And if you are not TSI complete yet, the developmental area in which you're not complete are also on your team, because they want to make sure that you are getting through those classes ASAP and getting on with your degree. These people, you're going to get an email at the start of every semester about who's on your team. But I want you to know these are the people that you reach out to for help. Again, if you reach out to Student Success and Persistence at the Success email, we are going to help direct you to these people. But I want you to know there are a ton of people that are here for you that are outside of Student Success and Persistence that really want you to be successful. And I want you to know that we are committed to you, student, and your success. A couple other things I just want to mention, because I don't know if you're aware of it. As a result of the COVID-19 situation, CTC did receive some monies that is available for emergency grants for students. They're called the CARES Act grant, emergency grant. You can put in your application through, it's on the front page of the website. It says COVID information, and then you can get to that link. It's through eForms. You do have to log in using your eTreat login. As long as you were in classes as of March 13th, 2020, you had to have been in a face-to-face class that transitioned to online. If all you were in was online, sadly, you don't qualify. But if you were, I encourage you to put in a grant application, because you may be struggling, and this would potentially give you access to some free grant money, particularly if it's technology related, course material related, something like that. So definitely please consider putting in an application for that. The other thing, big things in the fall, one of the things that Student Success and Persistence we always manage, many things, but one of the things is always our Welcome Week programming. This next year, it's going to be a little different. We're going all virtual as best as possible, but there are lots of cool things on the horizon. I want you to understand that even though we're operating in this virtual reality, SSP is not forgetting. We're not canceling anything. We are continuing our efforts to connect with you, to help you, to do things for you. It's just we're doing it differently. So all of these things are available. Anything that you want or need, let us know, because that's what we want to do for you. But I want you to know that we do have Welcome Week coming. We're really excited about it. Hope you'll participate. It's August 24th to 28th. It's for new students, returning students. It's for faculty, staff. It's for anybody and everybody. So bear that in mind. The last thing I have, again, my contact information, but then those 2 email addresses, because if you leave this presentation with nothing, I want you to know to send an email to success@ctc.edu or ssuccess@ctcd.edu, and we will help you. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, we're going to get you hooked up to whatever you need. We're going to answer your question, even if it has nothing to do with SSP, about anything that I talked about. Our job is to help you. So send us your questions and we will help you. I have completed, I've said what I need to say, but if there are any questions or anything, I'm happy to answer them.
All right, thank you. One of the questions is about the money for the CARES Act. How quickly will I get a response if I'm going to, if I qualify?
Okay. Normally it takes 2 to 3 weeks to have your application processed. There is an email. It's called caresact@ctcd.edu, and you can send an email to that. And we will very quickly go in and check what's going on with your application and then respond to you. I will say we are seeing some students putting in that we're all online. And sadly, those situations do get declined. So do pay attention, make sure that you were in at least one face-to-face class that transitioned, because that's, and that's not a CTC policy. That was a Department of Education that requires that. Also, I need to say, if you are a dual credit student, sadly, you don't qualify for the CARES Act money as well. That is also a Department of Education requirement. But we try to get that in about, we try to get the money. We try to process your application within 2 to 3 weeks.
And if I forget how to, if a student forgets how to, they didn't take a picture of this, how can they get to the website for student success and persistence?
The easy, I can show you. I can log in and show you. I will tell you, to get to all of the links that I showed you, it is easy. It's easiest for our stuff to actually do a search. And I don't know if you've ever done a search, and I can actually show you that. Hold on. Can everybody see the screen?
Not yet.
Okay.
Now you're in the browser, but I don't see the CTC page yet.
Hold on.
Take the middle tab.
There.
At the top. Yep.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. Your best bet to get to a lot of our stuff is actually to do the search. I wish that wasn't the case, but everything that you do, so you can do, you can do student success. Sorry, can't even spell. And that's going to get to a lot of the things that I talked about, like tutoring and a lot of the different resources that we have available. Well, let's see if it's pulling up there. And it's just this first one right here. Some other ones you can get to through different resources, different sites, but to get to the student success, really the easiest way is to do a search. And so you can see you can get to everything, and all of our services are linked. But again, like some of them, like disability support services, if you're going straight there, you can go straight from the front website, and I know that they showed you how to get to theirs, and a lot of the other ones you can do that. But to get to some of our stuff, the easiest thing is to do a search. You can also search by what it is. So if it's online orientation, or if it's resource listing, or if it's online tutoring, and it'll take you to that. So if you'll go to the academic studio, for instance, this is where, and there's a link right here where you can go straight to schedule our online tutoring sessions. It's very easy. You go through it, you schedule it, and you get there. And so all of that information is listed there. And so that's the easiest way. Also, if you'll do that, you can also get to like I remember I was talking to you about the textbook lending, and here's our textbook lending information, and it's right here. And she gives really great information about how the process that you go through to get to everything, and how to apply, and what you need, and all of that. But again, you can search at the very front, just textbook lending or child care assistance, and it'll take you straight to this location as well. Any other questions?
I don't have any other questions at this time.
Awesome.
I want to say thank you to Dean Starkey for taking time out of her very busy schedule
No,
to be
thank
able
you
to
guys.
join us and be able to share this great information. We really appreciate your presence. Hopefully the students will appreciate it as much as we do. Thank you everybody for participating and listening in. Next week we should be having one more session. So just be on the lookout on Facebook for our session, and we'll be talking to academic advising and kind of getting everybody ready for the fall semester. And if you're interested in taking any summer 2 classes, then um, Eva Hutchins, the associate dean that oversees the whole area that includes advising, she will make sure to answer any and all questions that have to do with enrollment. So please tune in for that. Thank you to everybody for participating, and we'll see you again next week.